Hi, my name is Brooke Lipman.
And I'm Dr. Deb Lipman.
And this is Wine Together,
a podcast where we drink some wine and have a chat.
So sit back, relax, and get that corkscrew ready.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Argentina.
Salud.
Salud.
Because they speak Spanish there.
Spanish, So, yes. And this is one of the more mature ones we've had on here. I'm so excited. It's 4-year-old Malbec.
Okay.
And I love a Malbec. I love the smell of it. Mm-hmm. It just is so much nature in the fragrance of a Malbec. So, what do you think of it?
It's good.
Good.
It doesn't taste like kangaroo poop.
I tried that one last night on your dad. It didn't work out.
Oh no!
I tried so hard, and then I overdid it, because I was like, smells like kangaroo poop. And he was like, I don't know what kangaroo poop is. And I was like, well, don't you think it smells or tastes like kangaroo? He's like, well, I don't know, because I don't know what kangaroo. I thought, oh my God, he's not going to fall for this with me. And he didn't.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, I tried. But I tried so hard with that last night. And anyway, he made me drink shots of tequila.
Wait! Oh, that's why you were asleep when I got back.
Might have been why I was asleep. Yeah. Yeah. He was just like,
he won't do that.
Shot of tequila. And I was like, well, if I drink one, I'll drink 4. And he said, that's okay.
He won't do that if I'm here.
I don't know. He was just in the mood to watch me drink a lot last night, so he did. But anyway, we want to talk today about showing appreciation. So, and I'm just so not prepared for this because I wanted to have a gift for you, and what are some of the things that we do to show appreciation? And I have this whole list written down, and of course, I didn't bring the list with me. It's over on my desk, but I don't know if I should get up and get it.
It's okay.
So, what are some things that make you feel appreciated?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about that. I don't know.
Okay, well, you need to think about it because we had to do at least 30 minutes, girl.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really think about that because I feel like I do a lot for other people.
And do you feel like they feel appreciated?
I like to think so. You don't always feel appreciated when I do things for you.
I probably don't. So what do you mean? Give me an example.
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. I used to do the dishes, and then I've gotten kind of lazy.
Okay.
But it was also because I didn't feel like anyone actually cared that I was doing the dishes, and like I kept feeling like you guys wanted me to do more when there wasn't really more that I could do.
I guess I'm not understanding that, but I know for sure that we talked about that before, and I said I really appreciate you doing the dishes, but I've resolved. I'm back to being the housewife and the mom, and so I just know that
I can put the dishes away if you want me to.
I mean,
I usually do it after actually I do it sometimes before breakfast, but I've been having breakfast at inconsistent times.
Yeah.
So. I mean, it's just because I don't do it before I go on my run. Because I make the coffee before I go on my run so that it's done.
Oh, you did? I guess you did have to make coffee.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I did that.
No, I mean, and it was fine. I had
4 shots of tequila plus a bottle and a half of wine.
And I didn't mind, I don't mind making the coffee. That also, I feel like I don't get appreciation from the other person that drinks the coffee.
Well, yeah.
I leave coffee, I make enough so that he'll have coffee in the morning.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. Do you need to hear the word appreciate?
I mean,
so what makes
thank you would be nice.
Okay, it's so funny because now you see, because you don't always say thank you.
I say thank you all the time. Every time someone does something for me, I say thank you.
I know you feel like you do, but you really don't.
I say it. If you don't hear me, that's not necessarily my problem. I know that I say thank you.
Okay, well,
every time you do something for me, I say thank you.
I think that
even if it's something that you knew you were gonna do for me, I say thank you 3 or 4 times to you guys.
Okay, well,
I say if Dad makes breakfast, he'll make breakfast. He'll hand it to me. If I say, "Are you making breakfast?" and he's like working on it, or I'm like, oh, how long is it gonna be done? He'll say that. I'll say thank you. Then I come back. He hands me my breakfast. I say thank you, and then after I finish it, I say thank you.
I agree with you. I hear
And I
that.
do that when you make lunch also.
I get that. I get that. When it's an immediate thing, but when it's something that you maybe,
I say
I
thank
don't
you
know.
when you clean my bathroom.
You do sometimes. Actually, sometimes you don't.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you don't.
Well, if I'm not out there when you're done cleaning the
Right.
bathroom.
But that's what I'm
But
saying. Sometimes you don't. But, but what I'm not trying to say this to make you defensive. I'm saying I want you to see that you maybe you think that you always do, but sometimes there's
yeah,
times that
but
we don't.
when
And
you
it's
say some
not
things, it
just
sounds like
you.
I'm ungrateful.
And it's not just you. This is honestly everybody. And like, okay, here's something. I did not grow up being taught this.
Mm-hmm.
I was not taught, like to, like when I feel like a conversation is settled, like if somebody else happened to be the one to finish it, I don't feel like I need to respond. And that includes in text messages, whatever. Anyway, and so like to receive a gift, yes, I was taught you always say thank you. And so I feel like I have always done that. But sometimes I feel awkward because, not that this happens because it rarely happens, but sometimes somebody will send you, like some money or something. And if it was money they owed me, I might say thank you, but I also might not.
No, I always say thank you. Even
Okay, so because sometimes I'm just, because I feel like they're paying me back, and yeah, sometimes I say thank you, but if I let it slip, I don't feel guilty about it. But I find it awkward. I mean, and again, like I said, this doesn't happen often, but if somebody sends me some money, I say thank you, but I don't think I don't think they necessarily receive the thank you in the way that they wanted. Like I don't go above and beyond, fawn all over them. Thank you. That's just, oh wow, thank you. And that's really about it for me. It's always an, oh wow, thank you. I didn't expect that. Something like that. And that's it for me. And then, so I have been told before that I'm ungrateful because I don't say it, I don't make sure, that they've heard me because I just feel like, well, I said it and they already made me uncomfortable, expecting more from me. So, yeah, no, I don't kind of go above and beyond. So I think that sometimes, that's kind of what I feel. But honestly, I don't, I don't know. I don't think that, we I don't think that my children are ungrateful. I really don't think that about any of them. And I don't ever expect the thank yous unless I'm, like, a gift or something, I would probably expect a thank you.
Yeah.
But I expect you to do it to others much more than I expect you to do it to me. Like, I really would expect you, if somebody other than me gave you something or did something for me, I would expect you to say to them, that you appreciate them and things like that. Because for some reason, there are some people in the world, and I don't want to mention specifics, but you probably know, and we'll probably don't give it away. But there are some people who expect this, like, I don't know, an overabundance of attention for what they do, and I'm uncomfortable with giving that. I'm just uncomfortable giving exactly what they want. And I'm just like, ooh, man, look, I said thank you. And, and it's, so I think that sometimes that's a little weird for me is to be around those people. Because I feel like, well, I've said, I say, I find ways to say I appreciate you throughout the year. I I try not to say no all the time when I'm asked to do something. Try to say yes often, but I can't always do that. And so, it just kind of feels weird. But anyway, I didn't get any shout outs, and I want to say this because I'm trying to get your cousin to come on the podcast. And her birthday was in September.
Mm-hmm.
And I remembered every freaking day leading up to it, like within 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
By the 15th, I was telling myself, okay, don't forget, on the 25th, you got to send
Yeah.
her the birthday message. Don't
Uh-huh.
forget. And I want you to know, on her birthday, I forgot. And didn't send the message to the next day, but I told the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm just going to tell you the truth. I've been thinking about this day for 10 days
Mm-hmm.
leading up to this. And wouldn't you know it, on the day of
Oh.
is the day I forget. And I said, I am so sorry. Anyway, she kind of chuckled about it and said, it's okay, you're good.
Yep.
But anyway, I want to shout out
Mm-hmm.
to your cousins, Gracie, Megan, and Amber.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just show appreciation to them.
Mm-hmm.
I really do hope they'll one day decide
Mm-hmm.
to come on here. It would be a lot of fun. But yeah, I just felt, so bad about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, our friends that are loyal to
Mm-hmm.
the podcast. I'm pretty sure Caroline's still quite loyal to the
Mm-hmm.
podcast, so I want to shout out to her and say thank you. And it just, I think that this is a lot of fun, but
Mm-hmm.
we want it to be real.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're trying to get trying to get the number of subscribers that we need to do. So
Mm-hmm.
I just want to show appreciation to anybody that would hit that subscribe button. 100%. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate it. But I don't know. I think that I think sometimes, especially those closest to us.
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes we think we're showing appreciation and they're not necessarily receiving it in the way that we think. Because I feel like I've been on the end of not feeling the appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. What are you doing?
I think I have lipstick on my tooth.
You do.
It's bothering
But
me.
I don't think
It's stuck.
Yeah. So what is that lipstick?
It's like a matte lipstick.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets sticky, but this one doesn't stay on for very long, so you have to put more coats on, and then it gets stuck in your teeth.
Yeah. Well, it looks, the color's pretty.
Yeah.
It's very pretty. So, yeah. Your turn.
For what?
Anything.
I don't know.
I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like, I've had a lot of times where, like, I've worked hard and, like, done a lot of stuff, and it just never got appreciated. This was something that came up a lot when I was in university, like, in college, where I did so much, and I worked really, really hard, and then nothing came of it. Like, I didn't get anything out of it, except a degree. Which is a great thing, except that I didn't get the experience to go along with it that I needed. So, that's kind of the tough thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, like, people would say, like, oh, yeah, like, you're doing well, and, we think you're a great student and whatever, and then just not actually help me when I asked for help.
Yeah. Well, one, that's true. As far as the academic portion of it, you were a great student.
Yeah.
And, but your degree was for more than just academics.
Yeah.
And so I can see that. And I'm sorry you didn't get that. I know that's definitely nothing I could have done.
Yeah.
As much as I of course I wish I could have done more, but it just wasn't, that wasn't the role I had to play for that.
No. They casted their favorites, and that was it. And I was just never enough of a favorite to, like...
Yeah. And I think that's okay. I mean, people got to do what people got to do, but that's over, right?
Yeah.
And so now you're moving on to bigger and better things. You like the cast you're with now, and you guys are doing a great job. And so this is exciting. In fact, just a few days is opening day, so it won't be long. So that's kind of, I don't know. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
So I think your dad has some friends that have, purchased tickets and will be there. So
I still have that free ticket I have to
Oh, you've got plenty of time to. I'm sure that'll be taken care of.
Oh yeah.
Got through December, so. Well, I mean, I think a lot of mothers will probably say, "No one appreciates me," because I think as mothers we absolutely feel unappreciated because I don't think anybody gets it unless you've been in the position of, you know, staying up late to do laundry. Um, there was a certain shirt that a certain sibling of yours during testing time had to wear the same shirt every single day to testing um, in middle school. And so, you know, I had to wash that shirt, every day, make sure that it was out. And, it just, you know, that was the autism speaking. And you know what? I didn't mind doing it. I don't think I ever minded anything. I think I felt a lot of pressure when I was trying to, if I had a paper due, like during my master's studies, I did not feel a lot of pressure. I felt some pressure, but it it was nothing like trying to get a dissertation written and defended. So then I really didn't feel appreciated because I felt like, everybody expected me to continue being mom, continue taking you to and from all the activities, um, and and of course I don't get paid to be a mom, um, but there were other benefits. I mean, and so I'm saying the only reason I would bring up not getting paid is because there's also a lot of pressure on the other person that's bringing home the only paycheck, and so then I feel the pressure of not getting paid because that discussion when that discussion comes up, that's really hard because but honestly we couldn't have afforded the daycare. There just was no way we could have done it with more than one child needing it at a time. So that was probably is at least a deciding factor. So yeah, there was. I could say that there's a lot of times, and I think I still have to have that conversation with your dad. I have to remind him, okay, because I can say most times if I say, hey, I want to go buy this dress, 9 times out of 10, probably 9.5 times out of 10, he's gonna say yes.
Okay.
But what do I remember? That half time I don't
Yeah.
get to get it. So I mean, I really appreciate the fact that I can still go shopping and stuff like that. And now we're at our age, we don't need a big dinner. Like we eat lunch and then maybe nibble on something in the evening. And so I was so accustomed to having to prepare dinner when you guys were little that I'm struggling with this new lifestyle that we have of of me not that's I mean that role has been taken from me, and that was the one thing I felt confident in was my cooking and that people would like it. And so now with that taken away, I think that I feel a little diminished and unappreciated.
I mean, if you want to cook, like, that's up to you.
Yeah, but the whole, we also we don't want to overeat. We don't want to, you know, we want to be. We know at our age that our body is changing, and so we have to be cognizant of that and not.
Yeah.
We need a little more protein. We need to make sure we're getting our fruits and vegetables every day. And so, so how meals are prepared is different. And so I have to be aware of that, and I need to kind of make sure that I'm doing things in that way. So, like,
Yeah.
I do try to, you know, cook something, fun and good over the weekends. but sometimes I'm tired and I don't want to do that, and so I feel like, and I honestly, there's no pressure on me to do it.
Yeah.
We can just kind of make sandwiches all weekend if that's what we have to do, or salads, and it's just not that big a deal.
Yeah.
But I used to love cooking. I used to love to have us all around the table, and I miss that so much.
Sorry.
That's really hard for me. It's
Yeah.
really hard for me. I will say we had, and we missed you because you weren't there. We missed Amelia. She was not there.
Mm.
But there was one night at the beach. Everybody was at the table.
Mhm.
Except you and Amelia.
Sorry.
And, oh my goodness, it just was. I did. I sat there and I looked around at everybody at the table and I just cried.
Oh.
And I was like, wow, look at this. This is what we're celebrating. I mean, this was the year of Ren turning 25. This was the year of Justin turning 40. This was the year of your grandparents turning 80. It just was like, it was what a celebration we had around that table at the beach. And it was just, well, and Mason was 30.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm sorry, Mason didn't mean that. It just, so just what a year and what a time to be sitting around that table together.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that was wonderful. But now I didn't cook, but I kept tasting food and I was like, oh, I got to figure out how to make this sauce. Oh, I got to figure out. There was one sauce that, oh my goodness. And of course I couldn't eat the whole thing. And your dad was like, well, pass the plate down because I want to try it too, because he was deciding, am I going to go with the catch of the day or am I going to get this pasta bowl? And I was like, well, I think I'm going to get the pasta bowl. So he said, then I'm going to go with the catch of the day, so we could share. And of course, we were too far away from each other to share. But we did. We passed the bowl down as like family style, just passing them, stuff around so we could. But it was good, and so that I appreciated that time together, and I do. I think the older I get, the more I appreciate just time with my children.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't necessarily like eating around other people. I'm weird about that.
That's good to know. I mean, that's good for you to tell people. And we have noticed that, and it really bothers your dad.
I know.
It really bothers him. But if he knew that piece of information, maybe, and so maybe one day you can't eat a meal with us and say, no, well, you have no choice on fondue and raclette nights.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. So,
but then on those are the perfect nights to say, I know we have to eat together on a night like this, but I'm really uncomfortable eating around.
Yeah, but he'd get really upset if I say it.
I think you have to be honest, though. You have to say it. Because I'd much rather know that, is that it's been said and at least tried to convey your honest feelings than to not say it and it just look like.
I like sitting on my chair and like wrapping up in a blanket or something when I'm eating, so.
Yeah, well, that's weird, but whatever. Yeah, I think, so then how do you handle a restaurant?
Well, I like to listen to my music before we go in, right? Like, I don't leave my headphones in when we go to restaurants. So he can't say anything about that, right? Like, I think he gets annoyed when when we're out going somewhere and I wear my headphones, like, on the bus while I'm with you guys. I only wear one headphone.
I say that, so.
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe you're reading too much into stuff.
Maybe.
I think you got to be careful about that. And I think that as when I was younger, I probably assumed that I knew what everybody else was thinking and saying when deep down I know I didn't. This wine is really good.
It is really good, yeah.
So I think that's part of, and that's something I hope that everyone will just look. If someone didn't say it, don't assume they did.
Well, Dad says stuff to you all the time about me without talking to me.
Well, but then I say, yeah, but but I'm saying if they didn't say it to you, really don't assume that they have.
Okay.
Unless you know for sure. Because I think that's, I think it's a trap we kind of set ourselves up for. Because I think there's so much more we don't know than what we do know.
Yeah.
And I think we need to kind of come to some acceptance about that. Some things we just don't know.
Yeah.
And there are enough ways to find reputable sources to get you that information that you can kind of learn it on your own. So, I'm not saying don't trust people, but be smart about what you're trusting. There's so much misinformation out there, and it's dangerous. I mean, like dangerous.
Yeah.
I just but anyway, still don't assume. Don't assume anything. Know what you got to know for sure. I think that's just the safest way to be. But what is something that somebody like, I made this list of everything I was going to have for us, of ways people show appreciation. I didn't bring the list, but anyway, one was writing handwritten notes. I've tried to always do that. I remember when I was moving to Switzerland, and I probably said this, and I hope I'm not repeating too much information, but I was working at a school that had 300-400 employees. I wrote a handwritten. I started about a month out, and I would write, I don't know, 5 notes a day. And I had a list of all the employees. And I hand wrote a note and left my email address in a note to every single employee in that building and hand delivered it. And because I appreciated an opportunity to, to be in that environment. It wasn't always perfect. And, look, every job, I don't know of any job that's ever going to be perfect. But I think that when you're in a position where you're working with people, I think you should show appreciation once in a while. And so I tried to, like at holidays, I would try to, for certain ones, always I wrote a note. But for leaving, I wanted to make sure I hit every single person. So so handwritten notes is one. And just saying I appreciate you. Like I remember one time, your dad's gonna get mad at me for telling this story. One night, I assume I guess it was before. Wow, I didn't know it was before. You weren't here, so I didn't. I thought it was after I came back from working in the U.S.
I don't know.
But anyway, we opened a bottle of wine, and I said to the most important man in my life, he was like, "What?" He had no idea how to respond.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
And I said, "What?"
Some people don't know how to respond to compliments. Like, I struggle with that. I can't. Like, I get really awkward when people compliment me.
I do too, but you know what? We've got to get better about that.
Yeah. Because I mean, I don't get that many compliments, though.
Well, nor do I. And I think sometimes I fish for them, and I need to quit doing that. And so I think that I need to stop too, because that people don't like that either. And so, but anyway, yeah, I think that it was just really hard for him. And so I think but that's something you need to practice. You need to practice accepting compliments, and you don't have to let it go to your head. But so that's one thing, is actually saying it, to let people know that you're grateful for something they've done. Be specific when you say, like, I know apologies are not the same as showing gratefulness, but whether you're saying thank you for helping me with this, you also need, when you're saying I'm sorry that I said blah blah blah, or I did this.
I apologize like that to you.
Yeah, and so it has to be, because really, because anybody can say, oh, sorry, or anybody can say, my bad. Okay, that's not an apology to me.
But sometimes, sometimes when I apologize, I can't do it right away. Like, I need to take a minute to cool down. Because then otherwise it's going to be, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. And that's absolutely true. And I think that's most people.
Yeah.
That is most people.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I don't even think about, like, when it comes out
Mm-hmm.
negatively.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I'm trying to reel it in before it comes out, and it just
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really hard for me to go back then and apologize. But I know I need
Yeah.
to do it. So, but anyway, showing appreciation is small gifts are a way to show appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
And just helping somebody. That's
Mm-hmm.
one thing that's one reason I try not to say no too often to people.
Mm-hmm.
It's because I know that it's showing appreciation, but especially if it's something I'm really good at.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I want to do that. And so I think that, there's so many ways we can show appreciation. And they're easy. I mean, I don't think
Mm-hmm.
they're beyond anyone's capabilities. And I think that was so funny because when I was working with autistic students,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't too worried about their academics.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I was, because they couldn't remember to turn in the work. They couldn't focus in class to kind of get the information.
Mm-hmm.
And that, unfortunately, is just kind of the way that is set up, and I don't like that at all. I wish we
Yeah.
could change the education system, but we can't.
Mm-hmm.
And so, working with them, it was always the skills I tried to teach them were
Mm-hmm.
how to have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Because I myself tend to do all the talking, and I don't. So I'm trying. I try to teach them to engage with a question and then actually wait for the answer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like though, like, there was uh, someone that I know that will constantly ask you questions, and then when you finish your answer and you're about to ask them a question, they ask you another question. That bothers me because I feel like I'm talking too much about myself when that happens, and I'm like, I want to ask a question. Like, I don't want to be the only one answering questions.
Okay, that's fair. And then so you can say, I really want to ask you a question. And honestly,
Yeah.
you can say, I'm really not comfortable talking about myself. But honestly, that's how people get to know you.
Yeah.
And so if
I know. I mean, it was in the context of like getting to, but I'm like, well,
Yeah.
should I also not be asking you questions?
No, you should. And I think that that's so funny because there was one student.
Mm-hmm.
There were times when he would say, Miss Littman, I need to take a walk. And we'd have to walk around the school.
Mm-hmm.
And he would just talk, 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 talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I knew that. And so I thought, well, he's definitely one that I want to teach the conversation skills to.
Mm-hmm.
And even after I moved here, we stay in touch, and we've had phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
We text message each other. And it's just, you can hear him practicing the skill.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's just lovely that that was important to him to
Mm-hmm.
learn how to communicate with people. So that it wasn't, but of course he's still himself, and he still loves, you know, telling all the stuff that he's gotten to do, and things that he got, like, for his birthday and stuff. It's cute. But I think that teaching those certain skills,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like, boy, I wish somebody had taught me this.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why every time in a setting where when I have the opportunity to teach,
Mm-hmm.
I always want it to be, I think about what I didn't get, and then I try to make sure I teach that.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and I think that teaching somebody how to show appreciation is important.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, it's easy stuff.
Yeah.
It's easy stuff. Do you like to handwrite notes?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I like writing.
I
feel like I don't get to. Yeah, I feel like I don't get to write very much.
Mm-hmm.
Like take the time to write, because like I write, like in my scripts and stuff. I'm writing notes, but it can't be too much. I have some really funny notes written about my character in my script, but but there's not. But like when it comes to like directions and stuff, like I have to write like really quick and.
I think. I mean, I'm not an actor, so I don't. But I can see how, after a play is over,
Mm-hmm.
I can see how I could make that a journal. I would add some stickers to it and add some color
Mm-hmm.
to it, and whatever notes. I mean,
Yeah.
I would
Well,
highlight
you're
the
gonna
notes.
see all my notes
Yeah.
when you're helping. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's kind of.
So,
But I won't take the time to read them
Yep.
because I'll be so focused on
Yeah.
trying not to
Yeah.
interrupt you. Every time I interrupt your line.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like in my book when I took dance comp, in my choreography book, there's notes all over that thing.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm a big believer in when you read, you learn. I learn from every book, and so any book I read, so it's really I love to check out books from the library, and look, I love public libraries.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, I have to have sticky notes.
Yeah.
Because then I can take them out.
Yeah.
At the end, you
Yeah,
have to be really careful.
I purposely, when I first got, because I got it for Dance Comp 1, and then I didn't have to take notes in it until Dance Comp 2, but I purposely chose to buy it for Dance Comp 1, because I was like, this is something I'll use in the future. And, like, when I've never, like, had to write notes in a book before, and I've never been able to do that. Like, I've always wanted to be able to do that and have notes and stuff. But when I was reading this one, like, one, it was for a grade. But also, like, I found it was, like, much easier to write notes in this book specifically. Because it's about something that, like, I have ideas for and all that. And I have to go back and
go back
them.
through it. Exactly. Go back through it.
There's a couple chapters I haven't read that I need to go through and annotate.
Well, I'm going to say this because, I feel like I need to say it. I hope that dance is going to come back around for you.
Yeah.
Because I do appreciate how good you feel when that is a big, heavy part of your life. I mean, a lot of it is just the adrenaline.
Yeah.
And you're just happier because, you feel good about yourself. You have this confidence and this glow. And so I do hope that, it becomes... even if it's just for exercise for the moment. But you start, I'm ready. I'll help you film some pieces and some reels and stuff. And let's just have fun with it.
I just, unfortunately, don't have the space. Because even if I were to go outside to film, I can't do floor work. Yeah. And that's what I'm really good at.
If the only space you need is about the size of your floor that we roll out, we'll make the space.
No, I probably need bigger space because I need to be able to do jumps.
Yeah, well, you can do that in the drying room. That is big enough space.
Not on that cement. I am not jumping on that cement.
I don't blame
no.
I don't blame
No way.
I wouldn't even do it on this particular floor here. Because
the wooden is better than the cement.
Yeah, I know it's better than cement, but it still is kind of underlaid with cement. So I think that it still would be kind of tough. So I'd rather you have a Marley or something that you could roll out.
Well, Marley itself is not necessarily going to be like the ones that you roll out, like you have to have like sprung flooring to be completely safe for jumps. Jumps, I mean, they're fine. Like even like out on the grass and stuff, it's better than that cement that's down in the basement.
Yeah. Well,
that's when you wreck an ankle.
Then don't do the jumps, but you can still dance and choreograph some things.
Yeah.
Without jumps, I mean.
But if I'm gonna make a dance reel, I have to show like jumps and stuff too.
Well, not in every one of them.
Yeah, but I have to have pieces that and also jumps. It's hard to choreograph like a piece that's impressive without having like.
Well, it's
either jumps.
You know what? Like it's gonna take until springtime anyway for you to get back to that shape. So it's okay to go ahead and start that. Yeah. And then in the spring you'll have the outdoors or whatever to do it. So So I think you start now and figure it out. Yeah. And I hope you will. Seriously. Yeah. Okay. Well, I've had fun. Yeah. So, we're going to say bye.
We'll be back next week with a new bottle of wine and a new topic. In the meantime, if you want to join the conversation, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Wine Together Pod. Join our Facebook group, Wine Together Podcast. And if you don't want to miss out on our regular weekly episodes, along with all of our bonus content, you can find us wherever you get your podcasts, as well as liking, subscribing, and commenting to our YouTube, Wine Together Podcast.